Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comment. We've got a couple of days where we're going to be watching USDA report and see what they say about this year and next year's U.S. and world supply and demand, and also the impact that all of this politics has on prices. I think for the most part, beans have been down on the fact that China may be not buying U.S. beans until more is known about the tariff war. And also, just looking ahead, that maybe farmers might add a few more acres here in the United States, which could add to the carryout. Tomorrow, not too many people believe the USDA is going to make big changes in the 17 and 18 U.S. Soybean supply and demand because they just don't know what's going to happen down the road. For 18 and 19, they could show a little bit more global supply and maybe a little bit more demand, which could raise the carryout from this year's numbers. They could lower this year's numbers because of the lower Argentina, and we'll be watching pretty closely the world soybean matrix and see if they change the players around a little bit due to the lower Argentina crop. In corn, you have a little bit of a battle between the lower South American crops and the impact that could have on global trade versus the fact that right now we're settling into a very positive 2-week U.S. Midwest weather forecast. Looks like it's going to be wet and warm, and I think if I'm a corn plant, I really like that a lot. We're trying to catch up on planting paces that started out slow, and across the northern, let's say, third of the Corn Belt, that may continue to be slow, but the rest of the Midwest should catch up. Not too much in the wheat numbers. Expect USDA to continue to show big crops for 18 and 19, and the demand should be helping to keep the carryout right where it is. The problem is the carryout globally is record high. Here in the United States, we'll see if what they put U.S. Wheat exports at. They could be lower than this year because our prices right now are not competitive to world other exporters. The other thing is the market's going to be watching very closely that the funds are basically long beans, corn, and meal, and whether or not they want to carry those positions into the summer weather pattern or any other trade issues that might pop up with China, North Korea, NAFTA, and now we add Iran to the mix. And finally, I asked our weather guy this morning if he sees any issues down the road globally that might bring in some buying into the grain markets. He still thinks that this summer the U.S. Midwest is going to turn warmer and drier, especially west of the Mississippi. So maybe we'll watch that pretty closely, but it might take us until the end of June to get to that point. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.